minute, fella. Look here.
Stand by.
One for C-Lab, two for Inigo, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the Power Band, this is The Blah. In this episode, everybody dies. I'm your host, the Wolverine, along with my super companions, my super nerdy companions, Head in a Jar Higo.
Sup, Dad?
And C Chad.
What up?
Welcome to the show, folks. This week we are tackling the final movie in our Buddy Cop movie month, and we'll be combining the best of all of our favorite things, throwback movies from the 80s and 90s, and science fiction, and we will be covering Alien Nation, starring good old Jimmy Caan and Andy and yes, Terrence Stamp, and of course Brian Thompson. Because what movie would be complete without Brian Thompson? I do not know. Anyway, let's get to it. High level.
Alien cop movie, dude. What else you need to say?
Nothing. 10, 10, 10.
10 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose just a random Anakai level. Anakin's got the high ground. That's kind of a death, just because of how lame of a joke it was.
It's 100% a death.
It is totally a death.
And not because it's a Star Wars.
No, just because it was fucking dumb.
Terrible.
No,
just because it was bad, and you got the reference wrong. The kind of connective tissue to District 9. I feel like
yes, I thought that's the same thing today.
Yeah, I feel like this definitely would have inspired that a little bit in a certain way, and I don't know. The idea is just super fascinating. I think for me, my favorite sci-fi, it kind of just like, explores a space in society or morality through storytelling, and I really, really liked it for that reason. So it's just like, it's a really interesting concept. And then they have a lot of weird shit in it, like the curdled milk and fucking raw beaver or whatever. But it wasn't like, it wasn't silly. Like, I don't know. For some reason, I didn't find it dumb. I found it kind of fascinating and weird, as opposed to like, haha, that's dumb. So I really dug the weird take on a traditional buddy cop trope.
Yeah, I like it. Nice high level too, by the way.
Thanks,
Benny. Let's see if you can reach award-winning status again.
Just don't make a bad dad joke and you're good to go.
We'll see about that. I ain't got much here.
That's right.
This was well, thank you. I appreciate your understanding
and encouragement. Yes,
my lack of high level, and that's it. So thank you. No, I'm kidding. I think this is like a kind of a hey, Beefsmaster is on kind of thing back in the day. I remember seeing it several times. It's a good watch, man. It's a buddy cop alien flick. There's as weird stuff like raw beaver and curdled milk, and also like a 357 Magnum with a scope, because we love that kind of thing on this show.
Dude,
I just wanted to see James Caan put it up to his eye and like immediately lose his eye, but
yes, totally.
Never did he once do that.
Yeah.
Anyways, quite enjoyable.
Dude, good call on the scope. We had some old school handgun scope conversations on the show, and this is like a deep cut handgun scope movie.
Oh man, that is, yes. That scope just puts that weapon into the pantheon.
I forget what they called it, the special name for it, but it was essentially like a 357 Magnum with a scope on it. And I don't know. Apparently there was some kind of like alien tech that made like gunpowder super volatile or something. Like the dude shooting through the car with the 12 gauge.
That was pretty sick.
Is that like
at the beginning of the movie?
Is that like lore from the movie? I don't remember.
Did you pull a C-Lab and read the book?
They did say something about it, because I was like, dude, there's no way he's shooting all the way through a fucking engine block.
No way, man.
With a shotgun slug. But then later on, there was sort of like a hand wavy, like, oh yeah, that's this new fucking ammo or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
It's that
okay, so we know that an engine block can stop a round.
Anyway, That's somehow waded into my...
All right, so like a lion's mane is made of hair.
Shut up.
I'll do in a quick 11sies.
Okay. Wait, dude, let him finish first.
Oh, I thought he was done. Sorry.
No, he was not. Ben, please.
Jesus.
Thank you.
Christ. Yeah, I'm done. How's that?
See, Kev?
That was excellent. Thank you. All right.
Just a quick 11sies of Inigo Montoya as the alien, which I fucking love.
Dude, we're about to get into all of that. Can you?
I know, but I think it's great. I love it.
I can't wait to talk about Inigo Montoya.
I can't. He killed my father.
God. All right. So, all right. My high level is as such. Great movie. Okay, I've seen this many, many times. Great science fiction. It's cheesy. I know it didn't come out in the 80s. No, it did come out in the 80s. Didn't it?
Sure did.
Yeah, it did.
88.
It's good. It's good 80s. It's got a serious 80s feel to it, which I really like a lot, right?
Half of it was that Dallas Cowboys shirt.
Sure. Yeah, definitely, dude. And there's some other great tropes we're going to get into. But, combination of two great genres, buddy cops, science fiction, things that we love, right? And it's just silly and goofy and all these things at the same time, man, and just really great. But at the same time, on the serious side, to echo what Chad said, I agree that it really kind of hits the essence of what great sci-fi is all about. Like exploring like social issues, like racism, man. And I was thinking the same thing today. Like clearly, District 9 cribbed off of this movie. Now, District 9 had a arguably better story, sort of, but I think this was really more kind of mirroring racism, which was a big thing in the 80s, man. So, kudos to the film, man. And it was enjoyable, and it was also really short, and I was like, when I watched it this time, I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I was like, man, I'd love to see what got left on the cutting room floor, because I have a feeling it was quite a bit, man,
Probably,
It's like it's a pretty solid like race to the finish line from minute 20, man. So at any rate, let's dig in. Where's my fork?
Oh yeah, there was like a 20-minute monologue with Rudyard Kipling.
Yeah, right. Rudyard Kipling. Oh my god.
Do the names. Can we start with the names? I love the alien names.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Go, Chad. What do you want to say?
Sheer enthusiasm.
Yeah. No, I mean, I always thought the alien names were really funny, man. Because the great thing...
That's what I mean. Yeah, they're great.
This ties into, like, the great thing about the movie. Because one of you commented on the beaver before. I think it was Ben. Like, the way they present it is why it works and it's so great. Because they just do all of that stuff and it's very matter of fact. Like, in the sense that, like, this is the way the world is now. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's not like every time that you go around the corner, somebody's like, dude, there's aliens playing lacrosse. Dude, they're eating raw beaver. Dude, they're drinking sour milk. It's like they don't bother to do all of that stupid nonsense, you know? So that's why I think it works so well.
That's like another example of good sci-fi for me is where they just throw you in the deep end and they're not like, Kate fucking Blanchette doing a voiceover is like, aliens came down and they only eat beaver. It's like, okay, Kate, like it doesn't need to be explained. You can just have it as part of the world. And exactly. I prefer when they just throw you into it and you don't have to fucking hear a bunch of exposition about it.
Although now I do want to know what movie Kate Blanchett talks about raw beaver at the beginning. I think that's what's strong about the movie. So like, we'll just put like the James Caan kind of cop trope aside for a second, like, right? because when they are saying all the names, it's all again very matter of fact, like they do everything else in the movie. You know what I mean? With the exception, of course, of Genghis Khan,
San Francisco. I'm not calling you fucking Sam.
I had forgotten that it was actually San Francisco.
I had too.
Because he calls him George, but I mean, it was like George Francisco is funny enough.
It is. It's hysterical, man. Yeah, no,
dude.
I agree with you.
We named our son Richard after President Richard Nixon. It's like, okay, man.
Yeah, word to the wise. You might want to say.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you guys want to structure this? Did anybody take notes but me?
Nope.
I only have 1 page of notes.
Good. It'll be short.
All right. So, Chad, did you want to continue to talk about the names?
No, I feel like we got it.
I mean, Rudyard Kipling, Jesus.
It's pretty good. It's just a really clever and silly addition, and it fits perfectly. I don't know. There's something about all of the shit, like the curdled milk, that like maybe they were going for comedy, but like it didn't hit as comedy, and for some reason it's kind of like, I don't know, it just suits the movie for some reason. This is great.
Well, I think that's what makes this movie really good, is that they put that element in there, and they just, like the best way to let comedy work is just to let the jokes land. You know what I mean? Like don't like try to highlight the comedy or play to the comedy. It's just like throw the jokes out.
Don't elbow the audience and go, get it?
Yeah,
get it?
Keep moving forward, man, and just let it hit. You know what I mean? So it's like the Francisco stuff works and some of the names work great, and they add like a nice little bit of levity in this what is really a very kind of serious and dark movie. I mean, like most of it takes place at night, it's like it's pretty grim and gritty, dude,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It doesn't take itself so seriously though.
No, but I think that's kind of
what got some lightheartedness to it.
Well, but that's what I'm talking about. Like that lightheartedness is what it throws enough levity in there, you know what I mean? But it is essentially a dark kind of setting, man, and it's like a dark topic, Like
makes his point without being too heavy.
Yeah.
Agreed. But like, I mean, look at the topics that, we cover in the movie. It's like drug use, racism, trying to keep this whole secret hidden from the humans, there's a lot of stuff in there, man, it's pretty, some pretty heady stuff,
The curdled milkism, which I suppose is what you would call alcoholism.
Oh my God.
You're dead.
Somebody's racking up deaths this
You
week.
are dead.
And his name is C-Lab.
Feel milk syndrome,
All right. So wait, what is that? Curdled milk?
Milkism.
Milkism? Oh my God. That's quite possibly your worst joke ever, dude.
That's for you, Dad.
I
learned it from you, Dad.
Dude, can you please rip that and send it over so I can use it in the show?
Dude, it's on YouTube. Just fucking type it into your computer.
Literally
dude.
just playing it on YouTube.
Type it into your fucking Commodore 64. It'll come up.
Here, I will copy and paste into WhatsApp.
No. I don't want to overstress you. I'll use my Commodore.
It's already done.
No, dude, the one person in the entire
sent.
podcast who's exceptionally talented at finding and sharing links is Benny.
Dude.
Oh, that's great.
You sound like Lou when we used to study Aikido, and he'd be like, "I'm already moving. I'm already in my.
I'm already moving."
You see, you can't. You already missed. You missed it. I'm already moving. I'm already in my center.
Can we please set up a fight? Not a fight, but like a sparring match between Lou and Seagal.
Oh my God, dude!
I'd watch that.
Oof, I don't know that I'd want
to. I don't want to be around for that. It's two angry Italians.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be a lot of cold cuts and pockets. Do gis have pockets?
No.
Well, I'm gonna get a custom-made gi with pockets just so I can put my cold cuts in them.
No, you do it like they did in those like period Chinese.
You like wrap them in your kimono.
No, those Chinese, not Japanese, dude. Like the Jackie Chan movies or those Donnie Yen movies,
Mm-hmm.
Where they just kind of, it's like wrapped up in a bundle and then they like kind of tie it onto their belt.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's how they roll. That's how they roll.
Yeah,
bro. The bun wrap.
The bottom of the little parcel is kind of darker than the rest because of the grease. Yeah.
Sure.
You put a bunch of sliced cold cuts, salami into a cloth bag, dude. There's going to be some seepage.
There's going to be some seepage for sure.
Yeah.
Ugh, it's so nasty. Anyway,
yeah.
Let's go somewhere because we're nowhere.
Okay, bye.
All right, how about like let's. I'm just gonna start working off my notes, man.
Working.
Okay.
Cover
like
girl.
the first thing I thought of, like I love, like the opening shot is really great. It like really establishes the setting, you know, and it's like it's total just like I love. And this is something that's just totally 80s, 90s too, but I think really more 80s. It's just that lawless LA. You know, like we get the two cops driving around in that crappy car, you know, and it's just
I love
like,
the cop shit boxes.
I love cop shit boxes too. And this one, you know, it's just like they're driving down the wet, dirty street, dude. And there's just dirty dudes freaking that opening
alien prostitutes.
dialogue. Yeah, and the opening dialogue between the two of them, man, just cracks me up, man. You know, he's just like, God, look at that geek. I hate this place. It's like, wow, okay. You know, and then he just keeps going on and on and on, man. The conversation was so funny.
It was so bad. Do you remember that time we were really good friends? We're really good friends. Have I mentioned that we're really good friends? You should go to the wedding on Sunday. Hope you don't get shot in the next 5 minutes. Make me really
I was
sad.
there when she was conceived.
I remember you guys were banging the wall so hard.
We were picking plaster out of our hair for a month.
It's like, holy shit, guys. I get it.
Like,
I get
really,
it.
dude. Yeah, I know. And then they're like, oh, titties, like, and then shimmy. And then, sorry. Khan is like, Khan's like, he's like, oh, look at that Fred Astaire and ginger slag. Okay, dude.
Yeah, that's a fucking creative one, man. I love it when his fucking partner gets ice and he just like looks at him and is like, and then just like turns around and starts shooting shit up. It's like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're right. The opening sequence is pretty great.
It's great, and it just establishes like the whole kind of the Jimmy Kahn character, you know what I mean? And like just to put a bow on that, like the last bit that he says is because they're still on his daughter's wedding, you know, and he's like, "Hey, if we were gonna have the wedding on my side, we'd be having beans in a bowling alley." I was like, who wrote this, man?
Oh, dude. No doubt.
Oh, my God. That was cracking me up, man. I was just like, I loved the whole opening thing. I rewound it and watched it like 2 or 3 times, man, because I was like, this is gold right here. Like, this is just so 80s, man, you know, with the camera following him along in the car. I was like, this is perfect.
The fucking bum, the sour milk bum comes running up to them. The alien fucking homeless dude.
Yeah, just get out of here. Oh my God, that stinks. Why can't they drink something like Jack Daniels and Thunderbird? Oh my God, dude. There's
I love Khan, but it's a pretty funny role for him, man.
It is a funny role for him, man. And like he's good and he's funny, but I just absolutely loved the whole, you know, I'm divorced and my place is a dump, you know? Like, it's like every 80s and 90s movie, you know? It's like the guy goes home, his place is disgusting. There's just pizza everywhere.
He should move in with Marion Cobretti.
Oh my God, dude. Absolutely, man.
You can teach him how to eat pizza with scissors.
Yep.
Yeah.
No doubt.
You keep your gloves on, and then you don't get your fingers dirty. Cut it with scissors.
Grease on your fingers, and then the grease.
Cleanest thing in the house, my hands.
Leather, you know?
And it goes on my gun, too.
Grease up that scope.
I loved the whole... They pulled out, like, every freaking trope for him, man. It was great. You know, he's angry, smoker, terrible lifestyle.
He's kind of wistful, diet. You know. The daughter's like, "You gonna come to my wedding, Daddy? I love you. Oh, we're gonna save the tape now. You're so sentimental, Daddy." He's just like, "Oh, baby, I love you."
Yeah.
Throws it in a drawer.
Right? And then like, yeah, exactly. I was the whole answering machine trope. So I was like, this is priceless, man. Like, how many times have we seen this in a movie? The guy comes home, his place is a shithole, and there's pizza and Chinese food everywhere, right? He grabs like an already opened warm can of, take your pick, between Tab and beer, right? And then it's the answering machine message, and there's the inevitable, Mr. So-and-so, your bill is
gas bill is overdue.
Past due. I was like, oh, come on, man.
That's it.
Oh, I love that, man. I just love that.
It was pretty fucking good. I'll gripe a Kev out there, too, because I was just like, the guy's like, you didn't pay your gas bill. I was like, come on, he's a cop. He gets paid all right. Like, what the fuck's the problem here?
I know.
Yeah, that's great.
He hasn't got time for that shit.
That's right. I'll pay my bills.
He's too busy busting perps and
when he
throwing
was
them into empty boxes.
Busy busting slags.
When he was there with
That's it,
San
too busy
Francisco, he's
busting
like,
slags.
all right, get this right off the bat. You're doing all the paperwork. You need to learn it anyway, so you might as well start practicing. Get my gas bill and pay it for me.
Yeah, I love his George is like, so trying to ingratiate himself with him that he's got that little tray of like goodies and gifts, like smokes and donuts and coffee.
It's like a coffee. He's great, dude.
Excellent.
In the very, very beginning, he was kind of, this is a bit of a weird one, but he kind of gave me like Data vibes from TNG. He kind of had like a bit of a robotic thing going on. I don't know why, but
yeah. No. I was feeling that.
I like how he just doesn't give a fuck later on. Fuck the regulations. All right, bud.
Yeah, right.
Khan was fucking great, man.
Then he goes, screw the procedure.
There you go.
Great. And then at the beginning, when he asks him what his name is, and we go through the whole San Francisco thing, and he's like, no. I'm going to call you George. I don't know why I keep doing that voice, because that's not what
I don't know, but I like it.
like. But I know, I like it too.
I'm going to love you and hug you and tease you and call you George.
Yeah.
It might as well be that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it might as well be. But I like when he reveals his actual name, right?
Well, it's a slow burn, because it's like, this is Detective Francisco. He's the new recruit. And then later on, he's like, Samuel. And so you don't even get it then. And then he's like, wait. San Francisco? Like, I just like, it's a slow burn of a joke. It could have just been like, this is Detective San Francisco. And it would have been so much dumber,
Yes, I agree. I agree.
It's funny.
But when we finally get to the end of that, he reveals what his actual name is, his alien name.
Oh,
And he pronounces it Sestanga Sorensa. And of course, Jimmy Kahn's reaction is, Gesundheit. I'm going to just call you George. Like, that is so tropey, dude. Like, that's been done so many times. So
love it.
I don't know. I loved all of that stuff.
And I love that Sykes' name is Shithead.
That was great, man. Right?
Especially when they go and see the stripper. He's like, yeah, it's Detective Sykes. And she's like, bah, shithead, that's good.
Shithead.
Yeah.
I'll throw a nug out that you probably saw, but did you see who played the stripper lady that kind of came on to James Caan?
Beavis' mom?
No, I didn't, Admiral Kirk.
She was the commanderette from Spaceballs, the one that's on the video screen.
Wait a minute.
I just thought that was amazing.
I love Leslie Beavis.
Leslie Beavis.
Oh, she was also on Deep Space Nine.
Of course she was.
Why wouldn't you be?
What?
She's the most Star Trek looking motherfucker.
Ooh, she was
she a Dabo girl?
No.
We're all Dabo girls.
We're all Dabo girls at heart, man. Hold on, I gotta look. Leslie Beavis. I gotta see what she looks like in real life.
Glad I dropped that nugget.
Yep.
Yeah, way to fucking derail it, pal.
Way to derail. Hang on, I gotta go watch her biography.
You could just keep talking, but
good.
But you're not going to. You want to?
I love her. I love her in Spaceballs, man. As the commanderette.
Oh yeah! Wow, look at that.
Oh yeah.
I had Snotty beam me up last night.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Beavis's mom notwithstanding, what next?
Notes,
what
dude.
else?
Read off your sheet. What's your call sheet say?
It's basically everything.
Words.
I have
words.
I have one other note here. I'm going to save that for later.
Reading sucked.
Terrence Stamp, bro. I feel like I know that guy from a million things, but I can't place him. Kev, can you give me a heads up on where the hell I know this guy from?
Well, he's Zod from Superman and Superman 2.
I picked that up like from the IMDb. I definitely wouldn't have recognized him as Zod, so maybe I'd take a Zod death, but
he also played the British douchey nemesis of Gordon Gekko in Wall Street.
Oh, that might be part of where I got him. Yep.
What was it? Blue Horseshoe Loves Endicott Steel.
Yeah.
And then he also played, let's see. He's great. I love him, man. I've been a huge fan of his forever. And he pops up everywhere. That's why I really like him, man. Like from Wall Street to this to Young Guns, where he played the benefactor there, the Englishman, John Tunstall, who gets killed, which spurs on the regulators to become the regulators.
Regulators! Mount up.
Regulated. Yeah, that's a great movie. I'm trying to think, what else has Terrence Stamp been in?
Dunno, man.
What is that whistling, man?
We're just whistling some hip hop in the background. It was a clear black night.
Wow, he's born in 1938 and still alive, dude.
More G and 8 Dog, about to regulate.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Oh, my God.
What else, bro?
Well, Terrence Stamp is excellent as the sort of, I guess you could say he's kind of the villain, but there's kind of like a group of them that's a villain.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. This movie's really cool that I like how they managed to squeeze in a whole kind of like mystery that they had to solve. You know, they might have moved through it pretty quickly, but nevertheless, you know.
Unlike Dragnet, because like this Terrence Stamp character in this was very similar to Old Mate from Dragnet, you know, the kind of dude clawing for power who's pretending to be a good guy.
Yeah, definitely.
Getting his a fucking award at the award ceremony and then being like, go kill people. Go put them in the seawater. Watch them melt.
Yeah, definitely. You know what?
I'm not sure what he got an award for, but probably just having the name William Harcourt.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, right?
They're like, yes, you.
It's an excellent name for a secret villain, dude.
No doubt.
Chad, just very quickly, he was, you said what else has he been in? He was Chancellor Valorum in Phantom Menace.
I feel like I should know that. Yeah.
You should, but you didn't.
But those movies don't exist.
Because I'm a nerd and I hate them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So anyway, Terrence Stamp was a perfect choice to play the villain. We've seen him play great villains in other movies, and he was no different here, man. What I really like about this guy is that everything he takes on, he just throws 110 into it, man. You know, he's never phoning it in. I mean, obviously he's an English actor. They're extremely well trained. So, you know.
They did say that he phoned it in here where he refused to wear the Final Form makeup, so he didn't play the Final Form character, which is probably just being like, hey, you want to jump in the costume? And he was like, nah, I'm all good. But they played it up like he was a diva or something. But I think that's kind of funny.
I don't know. That was not really the vibe I got when I read it. I just read it as like, you know, it was like an insane amount of prosthetic makeup, dude. And he was turning into a monster. So it's like, why wouldn't you use another actor? You know what I mean? Like,
so it wasn't because he was born with a silver pen up his butt?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, maybe, maybe. But I'm more cool with that than like Pedro Pascal.
If that's a thermometer, where's my pen?
Out of the... Never mind.
Sorry.
Pedro Pascal,
right,
what?
Dude. I would just like to point out that you're doing what Chad and I typically do, which you're always going, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's great. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah, all right, whatever, man. That's
what's
cool.
the Pedro Pascal thing?
I'm more cool with him doing that than like Pedro Pascal being like, yeah, I'm not going to do any of the fighting scenes.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, like I'm like, what's up with that, dude? You know?
Sure. Is that a thing? Does Pedro Pascal not do the fight scenes?
Is it him?
No.
Or were they just like, yeah, we're just going to have somebody do it that's like a really good fighter. We're not going to train you. You're wearing a helmet anyways. Nobody knows it's you.
No, what I read was that he didn't want to do it. Well, so they had,
There you go.
So they've got somebody else that does like the fighting scenes. I don't know. That could be fact checked.
I mean, I could definitely see a world where he doesn't get trained up, because it's just like, I could go train for 6 months, or you could do it, stunt guy.
I guess. I mean, I don't understand how the dude exists. Like he's in every popular series right now, like Last of Us and this, and then he shows up in that Nick Cage movie. It's like, when does he have time to eat, dude?
No, I saw him eat hot wings recently. That was pretty good on the hot ones.
I'll bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love hot ones.
Yeah.
He seems like a fucking genuinely chill dude, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Indeed.
And not to digress too far, but did anybody watch the episode 5 of Mando? Did you guys just swear it off completely?
I think I have.
No, I kind of jumped right back on, as I imagined I would. Like by the second episode, I was like, "Oh, okay, here we go."
Yeah.
But I'm just sort of letting them bank.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, I'm with that. All right, I won't say anything about it then.
No, I think I'm all caught up. How many are there? Is there fucking 6 of them or whatever? Is it like a Game of Thrones?
I'm not.
Probably, if we're lucky, we'll get 8 again.
Yeah.
But I remember after the first episode, I think I was listening as I was editing it, because you guys talked about it in that show. And I remember how excited I was to watch Mando, and I hadn't seen it yet before I edited it. And you two were talking about it, and you were both like, "It sounds stupid.
Don't give a
stupid
shit.
Turtle alligator creature. Everything sucked." And I was listening to it, and I was like, "Oh."
I just stand by that.
I stand by that, dude. It's not a fucking golf course in Florida. You don't need a giant fucking alligator, dude.
Oh, come on, dude. Jesus. It's Star Wars, bro. Creatures, man.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, let's get back on track here. So, do we cover Terrence Stamp enough or not?
Yeah, dude. We stamped it. Yep.
We stamped all over that shit.
Oh my god!
I'm full of terrible jokes today.
Bad, dude. I'm gonna give you an honorary death for that terrible comment.
A tramp stamp death.
Great.
Yo, Peter Jason. You know the actor
sometime.
Peter Jason.
Peter Jason.
I feel like on IMDb, maybe he was in. Oh, he was the cowboy bartender in 48 Hours.
Wow!
And he was also Kev. You'll know him from your thesis that you wrote on Mortal Kombat. He was Master Boyd in 1995's Mortal Kombat.
Whoa, dude! I totally thought he was Meatloaf.
He does kind of look like Meatloaf.
He looks like Meatloaf. Yeah.
He's super recognizable. I feel like I've seen him in a bunch of stuff other than Mortal Kombat as Master Boyd, but like I don't know. I feel like I recognize him.
Oh, he played Fedorchuk. Yeah, totally, dude.
Yeah.
He's been in like every movie we've done for the last month, man.
Fedorchuk from what? Was that in 48 Hours?
No, he was Fedorchuk in this. That was his name.
Oh,
man.
right. Sorry.
Good God, man. Watch the movie.
Watch the I just didn't know the character name. Sorry. Yeah, who was Fedorchuk in the movie? Was he an alien or a cop or what? I can't remember.
No, Ben, can you
He's a dude that looks
up?
like fucking Meatloaf, man.
I know, but what character does he play? I don't care about the name. I'm actually like, what is he in the movie?
He's the guy that spray paints fucking E.T. on the side of
the shithead.
Guns car. Fucking busts his nose off the steering wheel.
I love the shit heel guys. Like, oh yeah, you guys are all over it. See you in a couple months. Oh yeah, totally, dude. Thank you. I'll take 6 deaths in that sequence of events there, but whatever.
You got 1, so be happy with that.
Oh, that's funny, man. We think you might be gang related. Like, whoa, you're really fucking getting the clues there, guys. Nice work. That was funny.
Hey, since we're on minor characters, we got to give a shout out to, I always love whenever I get to see Dr. Silberman in any movie, and he's in this. I believe he plays the newscaster at the very beginning.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Earl Bowen.
Yeah, Earl Bowen,
yeah.
Good old Doc Silverman.
I love it. Like his face when the T-1000 goes through the bars is just like iconic, man, in cinema.
When he shows up in the second Terminator, I was so happy.
Yeah.
Because he was so memorable from the first one.
No doubt.
Good stuff. Yeah, Peter Jason, man. I'm with it. I love, I guess we can save that for later.
Now you're teasing me.
No.
You did mention Brian Thompson earlier, like shout out to the Night Slasher. Totally recognized him.
In like another Night Slasher role, he's like the alien Night Slasher in this, man. He's dressed the same except for the alien makeup, dude.
He's great.
Excellent. I mean, it's a super small part, but
the part also Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat Annihilation 1997. He was
I love how you're making fun of me being the Mortal Kombat historian, and you're the one that keeps name dropping all of the Mortal Kombat actors and characters.
I read your paper, man.
And of course, Terrence Stamp as Goro in the 1995 Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Was Peter Jason in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, he was. I loved Brian Thompson's character because they're like, "Hey, which one of you is Porter?" And they're in the fucking dive bar, and he's like, "Fuck you, cop!" Breaks his flashlight, and then they go outside. He's like, "Oh yeah, I went to school with him. He's down at this place." Totally just goes totally normie afterwards.
Oh my God, he did a complete 180, man. I loved it.
He's like, yeah, I like him. He's an alright guy. You could probably find him down over at the Anaconda bar.
Pull shifts together down at the factory.
Fuck, it's great, man. I love me some Night Slasher.
We kind of moved on to the lesser characters without really even talking about the Six-Fingered Man. I mean,
Inigo Montoya. Dude, I did not recognize him until afterwards and was delighted. It was a delight. What? It was a boop.
How do you not recognize him, dude?
Because he had fucking makeup all over his face. I just didn't recognize him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was part of the reason I watched the movie back in the,
Right.
When I first watched it, I was like, oh, Inigo Montoya's in this. I'll watch it.
I didn't even know
who he was, dude. I just watched it because it was about aliens.
Aliens, bro.
Cool.
Newcomers.
The Newcomers.
It's kind of a cool name for them.
I know we've already talked about this, but I like the way they just laid out the whole backdrop of the movie, dude. You know what I mean? And it was already established, kind of similar to the way District 9 did it, but I don't know why I'm comparing it like that, because District 9 came out like 800 years later, but clearly cribbed off of this. But I just like the way they both have the backdrop is already set up. Like the aliens are already there, and it's like now we have a story in that. That's the better way to do it than to just make the aliens the centerpiece of the story. And it's like, oh my God, they're aliens. Oh.
That's it. It's just much more interesting than aliens landing.
Milk.
Yeah, bring us your milk.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the drug angle was an interesting angle, like you said earlier. The mystery stuff that was an interesting piece. Methane kind of breathing. They go into the place that people can't go and make the drug and shit. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I dug the whole
pseudo-halogenic compound cyanogen.
Exactly. There is a lot of similarities. I mean, I guess it's buddy cop movies, but
that's not why I watched it. But yeah,
I know. But
I was like, oh wow, this is just like Dragnet.
Totally.
Francisco's he's totally Pep Streebek.
Yeah,
it kind of is.
Yeah. So Mandy Patinkin, I didn't really know anything about him when this movie came out. Benny, when did Princess Bride come out?
It was right around this time.
Was it?
86, maybe?
Oh, snap. Really? It was that old?
Yeah, 87.
Yeah. Enhance.
87.
Enhance.
1 year before.
So 1 year before. Okay, so I didn't see Princess Bride until many years afterward.
Oh, really?
After the fact. Yeah, and
classic,
so I wasn't
dude.
familiar with Patinkin. Yeah, great movie, dude. No question about it, dude. Absolute cult classic. And
oh, yes.
I never knew who Mandy Patinkin was until I saw this movie, And, I just really enjoyed him as Francisco, man. He was, I don't know what they did to his I mean, obviously, all the actors were wearing head makeup, right? But he seemed like absolutely gargantuan under that suit, dude. You know what I mean? Like, as if they had him wearing some sort of like body padding to like enhance his sort of alien physique, maybe. But he always seemed gigantic. And then I remember seeing him in Princess Bride, and I was like, that's the same guy? I was like, he looks so skinny. You know what I mean? Like he just looked bulky and huge underneath the suit. I don't know if that was like a costume thing or what the deal was, but
yeah, it did look pretty swole.
He used to be swole, and then like he just lost it all for that.
He used to be swole, bro.
Yeah. Maybe he had one of those Kylo Ren belts. He just took it off, and then he got all skinned out.
It's totally what it was.
That's exactly what it was.
I love that shit.
And he was shorn smooth and oiled. Just like Kylo Ren.
Dude, Swolo.
The only fucking good thing to come out of the sequel trilogy is the jokes around fucking Kylo Ren.
No, is that random meme that I found on Imager like 7 years ago.
It's so good.
It is the best. God. You're going to have to conjure that up for the show notes.
Oh, I know,
definitely.
we really do. I'll have to find that one, man.
I've got it. I saved it.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
Yeah. Speaking of Khan earlier, Khan! I guess he did an interview for some fucking show or podcast, and he's like, "Why the fuck would you bring up Alien Nation?" He was all butthurt.
I saw that,
Someone
man.
brought it up, and I just think that's great. It's very
I
Khan.
love it. I love how the interviewer was like, well
we like
I'm
it.
one of the people that love it.
And he's like, yeah, good for you, kid. It's like, let's talk about The Godfather or something.
No, I don't really want to talk about that.
It's
I
funny,
guess it was
man.
okay. Not my favorite movie, though.
That was funny. It fits. Did you find the photo?
I just found this mashup.
Share
Michael McDonald and Anakin Skywalker meme. It is so funny, dude. Hold on.
Scrolling through your fucking memes. I love it.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
C-Lab, Jarhigo, here it comes.
Oh, wonderful. I love these.
I'm
going to break my saxophone out. Hold on. Let me wet my reed up. Oh, yes. I love this.
The Billy Joel.
I'm the one that put that one up.
Billy Joel Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy Joel playing harmonica looks exactly
it's Billy. I thought it was Michael McDonald. Sorry.
No, it's Billy
it's Billy Joel. And he looks exactly like Darth Vader when he takes his helmet off in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, you said that one through, I think, Betty, back in the day. I fucking lost it.
I did. It was definitely me. Yeah.
Oh, that was good shit.
What?
It's just really funny, man. I'm looking at the picture now.
It's funny.
I love how much it has to do with this movie, too.
Oh, yeah.
0. Oh, I found it, Chad. I have it, Chad. I have it as well.
Have what?
Thank you, Random at Big W, for putting this here.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Kylo Ren meme. Here it comes.
Here it is. It's just the context around the backs of It's just the context. It's just so priceless.
I'll tell you what I think is so great about this meme is that some guy just put that there knowing that somebody would see it and get it. And he didn't even care. Oh my God.
Love it.
Oh, it's too good.
It's very much like Obvious Plant.
Yeah.
It's one of the best things ever.
It's up there, man, for sure.
It's just the oiled chest. It's just, that was a chewy.
I can't sit up straight anymore. I have to close WhatsApp. Okay. Oh my god! Wow.
And then they find out it was final form drug, and they shoot him. The end.
Oh, dude, come on, man. You got to pause on final form because that's
dude,
the
final
only
form
other
was
thing to
pretty
talk
good.
about. Like, I want to say quickly before we get to final form is that, the whole ocean is like hydrochloric acid
That was cool.
thing was just super cool and weird. Like, it's just a cool concept, man. You know, like again, you know, they had like a cool, well defined, you know, kind of Bible, I guess, of lore. You know, about the backstory of the aliens and what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are, you know, like when George points out that whole part where he's like, you know, if you hit somebody here, you know, that'll have the desired effect. You know, there's just little bits like that were, you know, done in that kind of matter-of-fact way that we were talking about that make this movie really great and enjoyable.
But it's kind of got that Captain Kirk kick him in the knee thing a little bit too, you know?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. But let's talk about the laundry detergent. Go.
I don't know. It's just the final form stuff was just very Dragon Ball Z. I loved it.
Actually, what I thought too. I was once again watching this on the way home from work.
It's driving like Ben Gazara in the Roadhouse, just swerving along the roads.
Life is but a dream.
That's how I picture you doing it, man.
Totally, dude.
I'm the reason they gotta have J.C. Penney in here.
Hey,
Orange Julius coming here because of me. Ask anybody; they'll tell you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just it was just like the anti-climax where James Caan's like, "I'm gonna shoot you," and he's like, "No, I'm gonna shoot me," and breaks the thing and eats all the shit and dies. You're just like, okay, that was a bit of a nothing burger.
So great, dude.
And then all the cops are hanging out, fucking talking about shit. Yeah, no, I didn't even shoot him. He OD'd, and it just like the camera swoops over to San Francisco. He's like, "What did you just say?" It's just so great, man.
I liked
ripped out all of the dudes' hearts or whatever. I'm Num Shivai style.
Oh, there you go, man. Yes, nice name drop. I just liked how we got to have a final form in this movie. You know, like I was stoked about the final. I was like, oh man, here comes final form Harcourt.
That's it, man.
The detergent, dude.
And he's so stupid, you know. He's like chasing Khan out onto a fucking little boat. You know, he's like, you dumbass.
Well, the other part too is that like Harcourt is just like he's super like composed and diabolical and like douchey and British, you know, throughout the whole movie. And then we get to final form part and he's just like, he breaks the tube, dude. And all the goo just goes all over him, man.
He really gets into it.
I mean, he gets way
hulks
into
out.
it. Yeah, he does. He completely hulks out. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, I liked Final Form Harcourt, and I don't know. Again, like the movie's pacing is almost a little too fast, but they somehow managed to just pull off. They pulled it off in the edit, man. You know, where it all just like works nicely. You know, they had a nice little slow down there when, you know, we find the coroner truck and the police car, and then, you know, we're on to the fight, and there's like just enough of the boss battle that it works, and then the dude falls in the ocean, and nobody ever has to know the dark secret of the newcomers.
Yeah. The helicopter hang off, put your arm in hydrochloric acid stuff was pretty interesting too.
Definitely, man. You cannot have an 80s movie where if somebody is not hanging off that part of the helicopter, man.
Right?
You know?
Yeah. Well, you know, you got San Francisco getting over his fear of the ocean.
Yeah,
sort of.
dude. It's like 80s 102, man.
And then he's at the wedding with Sue.
That's right.
Francisco.
Sue Francisco.
Suzanne Francisco.
Oh.
That is actually her name, by the way.
Is it really?
Wait, what? His wife's name is Sue Francisco?
Susan Francisco.
I love it. I did not pick that up.
Suzanne Francisco. Get it?
It's perfect.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfection.
But it is actually her name.
I believe you. I'm not fact-checking you. like we do on so many other shows.
I am not doing anything.
According to the TV show, anyways.
I like it.
With friend of the show, GaryGraham.
Gary Glitter.
Yeah, you guys want to spend a hot minute talking about the Alien Nation sort of media franchise.
Cinematic universe.
Kind of awkward and weird.
Is that canon?
I remember watching the show a bit. I don't remember anything about it, though.
I remember when the show came out, and like in typical nerd fashion, I was just like, "It's not James Caan and Mandy Patinkin.
They pushed it hard.
Be watching it. They did.
I remember they marketed the shit out of it.
Yeah,
probably like Crystal Pepsi ads or some shit.
Oh, wow.
They should have done milk ads for it. That would have been cool.
They thought New Coke was bad.
Got milk?
Yeah, for real, man.
Dude, I loved the bit where, Khan's fucking pounding a pint glass of vodka. And Patinkin's like, there's some rotten-ass milk on top of the fridge. He's like, hey, do you mind? He's like, nah, man. Yeah, you're all good. This is the chunkiest shit. Oh, it's so fucking nasty.
So nasty. What else?
Sour milk, bro. Sour milk.
Sour milk, bro. Sour milk. God, I love how out of all the things they could have done in this movie,
thermometer joke, huh?
In the short amount of time that they had, they spent a lot of time on the two of them getting hammered together and then the ensuing hangover the next day.
Yeah. Just so hungover in the back.
Why did we spend so much time on this? And George Francisco talking about how his wife is progressive and she's not going to mate him for life, but in fact, divorce him,
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if we needed all this, but hey.
But it's great.
Sure.
I have a joke to tell you.
Go.
Stop. Stop. Tell me if you've heard.
Dude, why did the chicken cross the road? That was fucking great.
What? Why did the chicken cross the road? I've heard it.
I love that. It's so fucking funny. It's the perfect joke for a newcomer to bring to the table.
I mean, if you're new to humor, it's a great way to get started.
I've never understood that
sure.
joke. That joke has always confused the shit out of me.
What, are you serious?
Yeah, why did chicken cross the road is the fucking stupidest joke ever.
There's no doubt it's stupid.
Well, that's all I have to say about that yet.
All right, so let's bits and bobs.
All right.
Gone with the scope, bro. Gone with the scope.
All right.
The coroner.
Corner. What about him?
Just like,
Yeah. What?
You're going to want to stick around for this. It's really interesting.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yes. Thank you, Benny.
He's like eating a tuna salad sandwich while he's like,
he doesn't give a fuck. Yeah.
Throwing like a newcomer's liver on a scale or whatever.
He was like Bob Lynn, dude. He was super Asian.
He was Bob. I think he was Bob Lynn. Yeah.
I think he was Bob Lynn. I think I thought he was for a second was the rebel fighter captain
X-wing
that
pilot?
we keep seeing in Mando. Yeah, dude. I was like, is that
He's
the
fucking
same
awesome,
guy?
that guy.
I love him, man. Great character. I don't know if it was the same guy, but it seemed like him. Kinda, sorta seemed like it could be him.
Kinda.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've got the coroner's technician, the coroner's attendant, the coroner's driver. Where the fuck is the coroner?
And then the guy that played the newcomer that was the coroner's assistant, he's been in a bunch of movies. He's a kooky dude. He's played some kooky little parts.
Kookiest. Only the kookiest for you.
I started bringing up something earlier, and I said, no, I'll save that for bits and bobs, and I don't know what it was.
Yeah, shouldn't do that, man.
Oh, you know what I will do? I will lay out my gripe, my one single gripe.
Oh, yes.
All right, you're going to love this, chat.
Beat the Lions, man, dude. Beat it.
It is going to beat that. So
Okay.
I'm watching the movie, and Khan gets his new gun.
Gone.
And he goes to the range with George Francisco. And when they first show the shot of the range itself, the first thing that pops into my head is, why is there grass on the indoor shooting range at the LAPD? I mean...
Yeah, all right. That's
Anybody
definitely a gripe of Kev.
It is a gripe of Kev. And I got to say, it's a pretty legit gripe. Like, why in the world would that be there? But I definitely got hung up on that for
that's pretty
2
good.
minutes.
It's pretty good, man.
That had not occurred to us, dude.
Shut the fuck up, Tony. So yeah, that's my one gripe. What other bits and or bobs do we have? Oh, you know what I want to do? I want to
ask a question and then answer myself.
I really enjoyed, because we haven't talked about this, the action. Like the shootout at the beginning is excellent, man. And there's just some really great action scenes in this movie, dude. And it's really easy to forget them because there's a lot of cool, interesting stuff going on, and the movie moves at such a blistering pace, But, hats off to the action, man. It's really well done.
Yeah, fair enough. That was quite a shootout in the beginning.
Definitely, man. And a great way to like open the movie with some like great action to kind of grab you and pull you in, you know.
Sure.
What else? Next person.
In that vein a little bit, I liked the shotgun hold up shootout piece of that opening action sequence. Like blasting the dudes in the convenience store and then kind of shooting up the car.
Okay. Yeah. I did too. I really like the guy hiding behind the light pole too.
Yeah, yeah. If you remember, we're best friends. Like, okay, man.
Yeah, okay.
There's some pretty sweet leather jackets in this movie. It's a weird bit of Andrew Bob.
No, there's some good leather trench coats.
That's it. And then Khan's got the kind of shit brown leather bomber.
Definitely.
The old shit brown leather bomber.
Yeah, dude.
I think it was a bomber. It might have been a motorcycle jacket. Either way, it was fucking so retarded. Especially with the Dallas Cowboy shirt. It's just like, wow, cool, bro.
I could have used a little tune-up from Leathersmith.
Nice work. Hey, how you doing, Sykes? You okay after your partner died 6 hours ago? He's like, yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Watching memes.
All right.
Looking at my memes.
Yeah. Let's nug out, man.
Nug out with your dugout. I told you mine. Beavis's mom is in Spaceballs. That's my nugget.
Okay. Slagtown. Oh, okay. I only have a couple of nugs, but one of them is that the original title of this movie was Space Cop L.A. 1991.
That just rolls off the tongue. That's good. That's a good name right there.
So good. And
Space
I love
Cop L.A. 1991. Wow. Okay.
And I love that the
Terrific.
movie came out in 1988, but it was like supposed to take place in the quote future of
a couple years later. Yeah.
Right, exactly. You gotta love that, man.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
I like the Rambo 6
days later
on the movie theater, and we're not actually that far away.
Yes.
Up to Rambo 5 now, aren't they?
Yeah, technically Last Blood is the 5th. It only took, 30 years instead of 4.
I'm going to do another one, and my dad's going to be in a old folks home. Fucking killing people.
Yeah, totally, man. Killing old people in a wheelchair. There you go.
I'd watch that.
From a wheelchair.
Hey.
My other nugget is Brian Thompson. He is the only actor to appear in both the film and in the television series. He played
Claim to fame, Mr. Thompson.
Yes. He played another different character in an episode of
Seinfeld.
Thank you, Seinfeld. And Alien Nation. And that's what I got, man.
I like it.
All right, deaths.
I had a bunch of dad joke deaths.
You did, and I didn't have any, finally, which is great. But, Chad, you had the most. We only had 4. Kind of a weak showing, but I think the quality is the key here, not quantity. So, Chad, you had the terrible wrong context Star Wars death, which is great because we haven't had a Star Wars death in, like, forever since we banished Star Wars deaths to the Outer Rim.
Whoa.
Let's see. You also had the curdled milk-ism death, which was
that was a good one.
Like your best all-time terrible joke.
Yep.
Then Benny had the tramp stamped all over it death, as I called it.
That was good.
And then Chad rounded it out with the who is Fetterchuck death, which was like its own segment in the show, which was great. And that was it.
That was it.
Let's rate it.
This movie's better than Lord of the Rings. 4.7.
Dude. Okay. Benoit.
I believe I will go with a 7.5.
Yes.
7.5.
Yes.
Do you want to expound on that rating, Benny?
Nope.
Okay. Sounds awesome. I'm going to give this movie an 8.37.
You almost went with a 9 there, bro.
Yeah, I did almost do a 9, but I was like, it's not quite there. I think it's a great combination. I mean, firstly, the movie still holds up great, and it's, a pretty low-budget 80s movie. Let's be real. Secondly, it just combines a lot of great elements together. Like, yes, buddy cop, of course, but like really kind of like what you said in the beginning, Chad, the essence of great science fiction, man. Exploring social issues And I love the way that they presented the newcomers, you know, as the kind of the backdrop. And it was already there, you know, and we weren't oohing and ahhing over aliens the whole time, you know. And that was what they were going for when they made the film. And I like that. And I just, you know, like that the movie is just so dripping with 80s and like there's great tropes in it, man. And great action, and they managed to squeeze in a mystery and just like all this cool stuff, plus final form hardcore. Like, I mean, this is so much to like here, man. It's a great buddy cop movie and a great sci-fi and a great capstone to the buddy cop movie month. That's it. 8.37, bro.
There you go, dude. You might even say it's delightful.
You might.
But you get beeped out.
Regulators.
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, boy. Benny's cooking up some Terrence Stamp there in the background.
Yeah.
All right. Chad Lab, what are we doing next week, man? Good God.
We haven't discussed it. I think we should potentially do something that's not a buddy cop movie. What do you think?
I don't know. Benny, what do you think, man?
All right, let's do one. Wayne's World 1. We're doing Wayne's World 1. The one. Cassandra!
All right, well, there you have it, folks. Wayne's World 1 next week.
Pumped.
Thanks for joining us for Alien Nation, and we hope that you enjoyed our Buddy Cop Movie Month.
Tell us if you like these months, because we're considering to do them more often.
Yeah, and we're also, our plan to have no fans that give us
we're
zero
considering
feedback is almost complete.
Not doing them more often.
Yeah,
that too.
Exactly. So let us know. And beyond that, we just bid you a farewell.
Adieu.
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 So long for now, folks.
Bye.
And that is going to wrap up this week's episode, ladies and gentlemen. If you'd like to check out the show notes for this week, you can do so in your podcast app of choice or at our website, ebd.fm/episodes/202. If you'd like to support our wonderful endeavor, you can do so by rating us and reviewing us wherever you get your podcasts, or by telling your friends and family to check out our wonderful show. You can also support us directly on Patreon. That's patreon.com/EBD podcast. And last but not least, join us on social media for hijinks and frivolity, where we use the handle @EBD podcast. And that's it. Thanks so much for joining us for Alien Nation and the end of our Buddy Cop Movie Month. And we'll see you next week for Wayne's World. So long for now, folks.
One for C-Lab, two for Troy Eagle, three for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady. Stop into it.